Hey, welcome back to SquareMax Customs. You're never gonna guess what I did. I bought another project car. What's that? Do I need another project car? No. Do I have time for another project car? Well, that's also a no. But how do you pass up a 1979 Trans Am? The bird's still on the hood. Come on, come in here and check this out. Hurry up. 6.6 liter. You know, she's our flavor. She's been sitting for, well, 20 plus years, but that's fine. She's missing a window and, well, the seat's a little rotten, but we like rust, don't we? She'll be fine. So we're gonna get this thing dragged up out of the ground on the trailer, and Maxine will tow her home. We're getting her. The front end's dragging a little bit, unfortunately. Every single tire's flat, and, well, I forgot the tire pump, no biggie. We'll figure it out. But she's dragging up on here. Oh, did I mention there's no key? That'll be fine. What are you guys all worried about? I forgot to show it while we were there, but I don't know how old it is. Maybe it's not that old, but either way, check out this cool Coke bottle we found underneath the car as we were dragging it up. We just ran it over. I couldn't believe it didn't break. Well, now that we got her home, let's take a quick walk around. First, it says 6.6, but the oil fills in the center of the intake there, so I'm guessing it's actually the 403, but that's fine, no biggie. From what I've read, the 403 came with the automatic, and you were more likely to get the 400 with the 4-speed. And unfortunately, she's the auto flavor, but that's fine. This door wasn't the easiest to get open. It's okay, it's not that bad, really. So the story on this thing is this sat outside for only 1 year, and then it was under a cover for the last 15. But then as we got talking, 15 turned into 20, and then as I got loading, I noticed that 15 turned into 20, and 20 turned into 34 years. And then supposedly she was undercover in a garage, but that turned into a carport, and I think she might have sat outside for more than 3-ish months. But that's fine. None of the tires took air at all, not a single one. And I think the engine's locked up. But look it. We went around and we sprayed everything down, the door hinges, the hood hinges, anything we thought we needed to take off. Like this you just want to coat everything under here after they sit for a long time. So there's no fluid in here. The oil, well, I pulled the dipstick out and she's got a little extra in here, and she's a little extra full, and it was really chunky and nasty, but I can't get the, that's fine, that's nothing to worry about. That's normal is what I'm trying to tell y'all. So, and then I got lifting stuff off while I was sitting there, and we got looking, and I'm not sure if the garage it sat in was had a leaky roof or not, but that looks like she might have had a lot of water sitting on top and got down in there. But that's fine. We couldn't get her to budge over by hand. We're not saying she's seized yet, and we're not saying she ain't gonna run, you know. She might run. Look at that. AC car. Woo woo. Win-win. That's pretty cool. Obviously the mice, you know, they love old cars. They've been in here. They've been nibbling on stuff. They've made homes. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get taking some more of this stuff off and see if we can get that dipstick back into the pan. Well, she's pretty rusty and crusty down in here. I sprayed it with some lube and some choke clean, and then I don't know, use whatever you have, it don't matter. I literally filled up the carburetor with fluid until it started coming out, so hopefully that'll simmer and soak and come back to life just a little bit. This thing's got 1,000 vacuum lines on it. Every one of them's chewed or dry rotted or whatever, but that's fine. You can definitely tell that, well, I'm gonna say that it's had a lot of water up here. I'm also gonna say, if you look down in here, you can tell maybe at one point this whole thing might have been covered with a mouse nest, and the fellers that we got it from might have cleaned it off at one point. I'm not 100% sure, but that's just what it's looking like to me. So I'm gonna pull some more of the plug wires off. I pulled one plug out. Look at an old AC. It actually don't look too bad. So I'm gonna get the rest of them out, and then we'll fill the cylinders up with some rejuvenation juice, and we'll let her simmer for a little bit. Maybe we'll try to get her jacked up. Let me tell you, wow, is it hard to find old school 5x120 rims. Well, don't get me wrong, back in the day you got 15 to 20 bucks a piece for them at the scrap yard, and you could get them freak all day long for free. But now, you know, in 2025, when you're trying to find them for your muscle cars, whoo, good luck with that. So I'm on the search for a really cheap set because, well, you know, I don't want to put a lot of money into this. We don't even know if it runs or moves or anything yet. Where's the old transmission, old dipstick? Oh, okay. There's no transmission dipstick, but that's probably fine. It's probably got fluid in it, I think, maybe. Well, if it don't move, we'll add fluid until it moves. Yep, that's what we'll do. It'll be okay. So far, they're breaking free. It's always good to spray some penetrating fluid around them. You don't want one of these to break off in that head. That equals a bad day. What do you think it looks like? Well, it looks pretty decent too. It's not all rusty. We'll take it. Same thing, it's not rusty. That's a plus. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see rust all over everything. Nice. All right, driver's side's a win. We'll spray some fluid in there and we'll get the passenger side out, which is not as easy as you can see. It's a little more clustered. No need trying to get the spray can down there. You know, the last two cylinders are all jammed up. Just find yourself an old busted, rotted vacuum line, rip it off, make sure there's nothing on the inside, and then just feed it from way up here. Wow. This stuff's too thick. This side is definitely more tight. But I didn't have to remove the AC pump. I just needed a few extensions and a swivel head. What do you think for number one plug? See, that worked. Well, it's not rusty. It don't look as good as the other side, but it's not rusty. Does it break them free with a ratchet before you use the impact? Or don't. I mean, we're all adults here, I think. Still don't look all rusty inside it. Here's where the tricky ones come, the ones in the back. Well, we got all the spark plugs out. Didn't find any rust on the very end, so that's a big bonus. Yeah, the dipstick tube for the transmission, that sort of sucks, especially because, you know, there's a big chunk of the tube rotted off too. Either way, I'm gonna work on getting these belts. I'm gonna try to loosen everything up and take some of these belts off because you never know what's froze up. This one don't seem to want to move. The alternator you can get to move a little bit, but I'll get them off at least loose. That way it's less, you know, tension on the motor as we try to turn it over. All the cylinders are sprayed up. I know, I hear you all. Some of you are like, use tranny fluid. Other ones are like, mix this with this. Use diesel oil, da-da-da-da-da. You just spray whatever you want in there. I just happen to have a can of Traveler's penetrating oil, and that's what I used because that's what I had in my hand. It'll be fine. If it doesn't work, well, then I'll fill the cylinders up completely with maybe a concoction of all sorts of different stuff that I probably shouldn't mix together, but we'll do it anyways. So let me get these loosened up and try to pull these belts off, and well, then we'll get, I don't know, a big socket and an extension and a bar on the Well, we got all the belts off. That one's seen better days. Well, all three of them have, but the one's real freaking chewed up. She came apart in pieces. 6.6. So what would the 403 be? Like a 7.0 or something? I don't know. If you know, put it in the comments. Alternator's free. Power steering's free. AC pump's locked up, but the center's free. Like the pump itself's locked up. I haven't turned that yet, but we're all set up to try, and the water pump's froze up. So do you think it's going to turn over? Do you think maybe just the water pump was froze up? It's got chunks of belt just stuck in it. I had to pry all the belts out of the pulley, and that would be nice if it's not actually seized up. So all right, here goes nothing. Oh, it's turning. Oh, nice. Oh, I was so worried it was seized up. That's awesome. Heck yeah, that's cool. So I'll get this turned over a few dozen times, and then I'm gonna, you know, redneck clean these up with a wire wheel and some carb clean or brake clean, whatever one I got, and I'll get these thrown back in. Well, let's see if the starter works first. I'll turn this over, we'll see if the starter works. I'm afraid to hook up a battery to this one. There's a lot of chewed up wires. It'll be fine, right? It'll probably be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's nothing to worry about. 79 Trans Am. How cool is that? I ain't never had a Trans Am with a shaker hood. Oh, I think we're good as far as the engine goes. So we got a title for the old girl, but we don't got no key for the old girl. But that's fine. We don't need a key. She looks like she was in a freaking flood, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, look, the T-tops didn't go to it. They went to a marrow. That's fine. This one was missing the handle, but I think I seen it behind the seat. Do you think this will work? Ready? Oh no, dang it, we didn't get that lucky. All right, I got a bucket of keys that I save over the years, so I'm gonna try to put a bunch of different keys in here and see if that works first. That's pretty cool. 88,000, 75, 188 or 288, or is it 88? She got the RPM gauge and the mile per hour goes up to 100. What's this? What? We got a little badge. How cool is that? Love the steering wheel. She's a little rough, but I mean, she's a hidden gem. Time capsule. All right, let's see if we can get a key. I thought we got lucky for a second, but I can't get her. Dang it. It's worth a try. Oh well. Try this in the trunk quick and save on your old keys. Sometimes you get lucky and one will fit. Look at that. Oh wait, she's already. Let's get a screwdriver. Thing trunk's already been popped. Maybe. All right, no go with that. She needs a hammer. All right, back to the drawing board. Well, we got her jacked up, sort of. Let's take a little gander underneath. I mean, it seems somewhat solid. It's greasy, so that means that's good. It's been lubricated. Ugh. It spins a little bit and then it catches. The floor is actually, they don't look half bad. Don't get me wrong, you start pounding around, I'm sure you're gonna find a hole or two, but they don't look too horrible. There's a little one, so some work, but where aren't these noted for like right back here? I don't know. My 68, when I had a 68 Firebird, we had to replace the whole frame rails in the back because they were rotted out. I don't know how the 79, the second gen, or whatever these are. All right, so she don't look too bad. I just want to see if we can get some, you know, eyes on it. How what's that oil filter from? I don't know. I guess we'll know when we pull it out, huh? So, do you think it's gonna come right off, or are we gonna crush it? Oh, that's awesome. Atlas oil filter, G74. That didn't look too horrible compared to what the dipstick looked like. Heck yeah. So, is she gonna play nice and just come off? And is there gonna be water in it, or is it just gonna be oil? Oh, it's never good. Don't worry, I got a bigger ratchet. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. She's good and tight is what I'm trying to say. She's good and tight. Don't worry, we got jack stands under the cart and at SquareMaxMerch.com. Hold on. Ready? See what comes out. Oh, it's oil. Oh, that's so cool. Telling you, look at the top of the carburetor being all rusty. I thought it was gonna have water in it. Whew, that's a good sign. I don't know, maybe she did. This is like the OG undercoating coming off. It's not rust. I don't know what it shows up like on camera, but it's just the OG undercoating coming off. The floors look pretty freaking good. This thing might have sat in a, well, right here we got a good sized rusty hole, but Nothing that can't be fixed, but she might have sat in a garage for half her life. Shifter's unhooked because Will got no key. Look at this. A freaking pancake catalytic converter. She still has a catalytic converter on her. Yeah, that's freaking crazy. So, no nasties. That's awesome. No chunks came out. Actually, I think this thing could have ran on that oil. It really wasn't horrible. That's awesome. All right, we're gonna get some fresh oil in it and a new filter. Well, I got the spark plugs all rebuilt on, and guess what? You're not gonna believe this, but I went through my stash of extra oil filters and parts, and I found one from freaking Napa. Same size, same thread pitch, so that's awesome. We get to save 15 bucks there. And I was at the Walmart the other day, and the wife says, hey, that oil's 15 bucks a gallon, or 4 quarts, or whatever. And yeah, 1 gallon. So she made me grab it. So that's awesome. The only thing that sucks is I got no zinc additive, so we might not be able to start this today. I gotta make a store run. But look, we're getting closer. I honestly didn't think we were gonna get the thing to turn over today. So that's cool. I'm just gonna let that oil drip as much as I can out of there. And yeah, I'll get the filter on, get the fresh oil in there. We'll get the spark. No, we want to turn it over before the spark plugs go in. I gotta keep reminding myself so I don't put it in there before that. Otherwise, all that lubrication stuff just gonna foul my plugs and stuff up. So I looked it up, and it actually says it's like right under the recommended amount of zinc that it takes to or it recommends for an old classic, but I'm gonna pick some up anyways. But I was curious. Got my filter filled with oil. Gonna get her on there. Well, we gotta pull this 30 some odd year old battery out. Look at that. She actually held up good, huh? Oh, the date's not stamped on it. Atlas offered a 72-month warranty on their premium power. Which one's this? Worry free, maintenance free. I don't know. It is what it is. All right, well, the battery's out, and well, look at it. I found some of the old floor mat. It was the battery tray. Genius. Freaking genius. So it might need a new battery tray, but that's fine. I mean, that's to be expected. And a bunch of spark plug wires. Look it. You're not gonna believe it, but I found rims and tires for it. Kragers. It's not that I like Kragers or Steelies, but I just seem to find good deals on them. And buying these old vehicles that sit for 30 plus years, if you missed that episode, go watch it. It was a good one. I need to buy rims and tires for like every vehicle. And I found these ones, and they were within an hour away from home, and the fella gave me a good deal, 200 bucks for all 4. Look at the tread. Huh? How do you beat that? No dry rot? That's what I'm saying. 50 bucks a piece, sold. And old TA will be rolling again. Well, I hope. Hey, don't buy these chrome capped lug nuts. They suck. Look at this one. No, I didn't do it. I just went to go put it on and I couldn't. So now I'm gonna have to bash it on with a hammer. But we'll get it. They strip out. There's a cap. It's a cap on top of the lug nut. They look pretty, but they absolutely suck. Well, the problem is now is my socket's stuck and freaking chrome cap's stuck, and the lug nut's still not spinning. Lots of fun. All right, get a pry bar or something. I don't really want to mess up the rim or nothing, because, well, somebody might want these rims eventually for their vehicle, and I make a couple bucks back. Not really my cup of tea, but... Oh, we got the cap off. Look at. Perfect. Now we'll get a different size socket and actually be able to get that thing off. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I was gonna like it with the chromes on there. But she looks pretty good, no? I thought it looked fine. Well, I'm trying to get the steering wheel off so we can take the ignition cylinder out for the key, because we don't have a key. And well, it's not working real good. But I got a pretty Allen key now. It's all twisted. Look, I found one. It held up. Look at that twist. But thankfully we got them all out. Now we got to get that nut off. Oh, how's this piece come off? I just popped the puller on it real quick. If the steering wheel was on it, or I could have screwed it back on and yanked on it like a madman or a monkey, but I got a puller, so I just threw the puller on it, pop, piece came right off. Now we got a little retaining clip in here that we got to get off. It's always fun. But look, they got a little tool for that too. A lot of times if you don't own these tools, you can go to your local parts store and rent them. And as soon as you bring them back, you get all your money back. All right, look, we got everything apart. So it's gonna be hard to show, but there's a little slot in there, and what you got to do is, hold on, got to jam a screwdriver in there and pull out. Hold on, this is hard to do with two hands. I need like 3 hands. So what you got to do is you just got to get this screwdriver or a butter knife or something in there, and you just got to press it down and boof, your ignition slides out. So let's see if we can get a replacement ignition, so that way we can turn this key, go hook the transmission back up, and maybe put a battery in it. Oh no, I was looking under it the other day and I realized that there's a bunch of freaking wires that are all chewed up. All the wires to the distributor are chewed up. Boy, she looks so much better with these rims on it. They're fine, they're growing on me, they don't look bad. I'm gonna say somebody strapped the hood down with a ratchet strap. It really sucks, but I really believe that's what happened, because you see, look at that side. It's the same thing going on here. So it is what it is. All right, now that we got the ignition out, I think my brother said he might have one from a Jeep, and Jeep used the GM ignition, so that'll be cool. We'll save a couple bucks there. I'll owe him an ignition. So it's a little different. The Jeep has like a bolt or something that locks it in right there, where our GMs have this little flippy flappy pin thing that pushes in. So I'm not sure if it'll work, but the ends look the same, so maybe it'll slide in there. It just won't lock in there. I mean, that'll be fine. That'll be like having 2 keys. So look at, she turns. Nice. Here's the problem. It just slides in and out. But that's fine. I have no issue with that. If I decide to sell this and somebody buys it, you know, try to remember that if you have an issue with it. All right, I'm gonna get that thrown back together, and you don't need to watch me do that. You watch me take it apart. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, it's good morning for me. Hey, before I forget, I need to give a quick shout out. John, thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it. And Stuart, you guys are freaking awesome. All of you are awesome, but I really appreciate that. I was running low, and oh, you guys are, thank you so much. Put a smile on this man's face this morning. You guys are great. Thank you so much. Look at this thing. She looks so good in the morning. So I gave my brother 15 bucks for the ignition switch, and he told me I could have it, but you know, when people buy parts, even if they're spare parts, just give them a couple bucks. I mean, for 15 bucks, I didn't have to wait. This thing's not too horrible. Do you think we can use that gas tank? I usually don't even try to use the old gas tanks. I just throw a filler can or something under the hood. But I do got a scope, and we can scope that out. So maybe we'll check that out in a little bit. We do have to get underneath here this morning and hook the transmission shift cables all back up. Although the shifter's in neutral and the shifter mechanism's unhooked from the transmission, so I don't know. We'll worry about that when we get to that stage. We're not there right now, are we? And I don't know if I showed y'all, but I was gandering under the hood. We also got to build a brace right here before this hood folds in half. But I was gandering under here, and all the freaking wires for the distributor and well, let's just say the mice were hungry and they ate them. So that's fine. That's nothing to worry about. We'll use well, I'm going to use black tape. That way it's period correct. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Wow, black tape held for freaking 100 years. It'll hold for another 100. Well, we were gonna check to see what the fuel tank looks like, but unfortunately it's got a lock and gas cap, and well, we didn't receive any keys for this car at all. So I'm gonna spend like exactly 1 minute trying to get this off really quick, and if it don't work, that's for a future video, because well, this video is just about seeing if we can get this old girl running and drive it off the trailer. Because how cool would that be? We dragged it up out of the ground after sitting for 33 years, and to drive it off to the trailer, I think that'd be pretty freaking awesome to see, no? So what's up? Put it in the comments. Y'all think this thing's gonna run? One of these days I'm gonna get lucky with this bin of keys, and it's gonna work for something. Don't worry about that. It was no match for a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. Can you see that? Probably glare on it from the sun. It's not looking, it smells freaking horrible, but it's not looking too bad. All right, it's not showing up on the camera. Well, it didn't show up on the camera very well, but it didn't look completely horrible in there. When I pulled the freaking wand back out, there was only a little bit of rust particles on it. So I think what we'll do is we'll cut the line under the hood here, and we'll run a clicky-clacky to a 5-gallon bucket or something, and we'll run a rubber line from that, hopefully, into a can, and we'll see if that pump works, and we'll see what the fluid looks like in the tank. If it's not too nasty, we'll add some to it. It's probably horrible, so we'll let it pump out the best we can, and then we'll just add clean fuel to the tank and cross our fingers. Just gonna put water in here for now, see if we got some crazy leaks or anything like that. Because well, it looked like there was nothing in here. We'll see how much it takes. The water pump's locked up tight, and there's no belts on it, and we're probably not gonna put no belts on it for to get her running, because why would we do that if the water pump's locked up? Gotta order parts, you know. But maybe with a little bit of fluid in her, she'll run a few minutes longer without overheating. Well, 1 gallon of water. Oof, my jack, we got a leak. We're going down. Do you think that's just a drain plug? Nope, that's coming right out the radiator. Ooh, can you see it down in there? That's fine. We don't need coolant. The water pump don't work anyways. Well, here's some of the wires that got chewed. And the wires that go from the distributor are all chewed up. So I'm gonna splice these back together. And I'm gonna go see if I can find a dipstick of some sort for the transmission. Just, you know, so we can see if it has any go-go juice in it. Here's some more chewed lines. And here's some more chewed up wires. That's fine. Should we open this? We're not messing with the brakes this episode, but y'all curious? Yeah, me too. Me too. We shouldn't touch it. Oh, it hasn't been opened enough. Well, you gotta wait. I gotta get a screwdriver. Oof, ma. It's tight. Oh, wow. Wow. Hold on, I'll bring you in. Go nowhere. Look at that front. It's filled up. The back is not. Oh, that's so nasty. That's brake fluid though. Well, it's got front brake juice still, so that's cool. Look, we got lucky. I dug through my hidden stash of wires and I found a full set of 8, and they're the ones we need where they clip into the top of the cap. So perfect. We just saved $40 or something nowadays. It ain't cheap no more to get wires. We're just gonna unhook all of this. We got water pouring out the cap. I wonder if I got another cap we can use. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? I didn't want to lose the wires. That's fine. We didn't need it. Ugh. I just use them, but they're all chewed up. So. Oh yeah, that's all corroded in there. All right, so we'll either go dig through our pile, see if we have one of them, or if we gotta clean that one. Oh, it's nasty inside here. Does Pontiac use the same distributor as all GM? Is it the same? It's probably the same. We might have to swap this. It'll be fine though. We'll try it first. I think we got a lot of vacuum lines to plug off too. See all the corrosion in there? It's fine. It's probably fine. We probably don't have to worry about none of that, right? Oh yeah. So I found a dipstick or a transmission stick tube. Well, I can't get inside there. I think the old one's rotted off down inside there. So hopefully it's got shift juice. Do you think that's gonna give us issues right there? It'll be fine. We'll worry about that later. It'll run, right? It's a Pontiac. Well, I got stuff to show you. Wires, vacuum hoses, more vacuum hoses that are all rotted and broken. That's to be expected, right? We got bigger issues. Oh, update. No, Chevy 350 Distributor is different than this Oldsmobile 403. They look the same, but the shaft diameter is different. For all you that knew, well, you won. For all you that didn't know, well, now you know. So I just took the air hose to this and I've been spraying it down and cleaning it because, well, I was thinking if we had to get that distributor out, it hasn't been out probably in most of its life. Seeing as this car's, you know, still got all of its vacuums and stuff. So I'm going to say this car, well, you know, it wasn't molested is what I'm trying to say. So I was scrubbing down in there. And I'm not sure that thing's gonna come out, but that's not the big problem. Oh, there, look at that big vacuum leak. But that's fine. Like, there's like 32,000 vacuum lines on this thing because why? Emissions, that's why. But look at my intake bolts. Well, that one looks nice, right? That one, well, that one looks, well, that one, it's there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can see down inside there for that one, but it's not there anymore. That one, So yeah, okay, you're right. There's still a little bit left there. I can't argue with y'all, you're right. Let's look at this side. I hope you can see. Well, there's nothing left to that one. And that one's even worse. And, well, where is it? Oh, it's not there at all? None? Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is there's like 3 bolts holding the intake on, and the rest are rotted off. So that's not good. So what I'm really trying to get at is if this doesn't run the way it is, there's probably a good chance we're not going to hear this run, because I don't have no Pontiac Oldsmobile. I'm sorry, I don't have no Oldsmobile parts. I don't have an intake. I don't have a distributor. And I don't see that stuff coming off very easily. So let's all cross our fingers that this thing's actually going to run. So I took a wire brush and I've been cleaning the heck out of that, trying to make it work. Worst case comes, I went to my collection and well, I found another one, Chevy of course, but she don't look any better. She all rotted inside, but all that stuff looks a little cleaner. If we have to, I think we can change the guts. I do have one of them Chinesium ones, and it's still like brand new. So if worst case comes, we'll harvest everything from that if we can make it work. But that's your update. So I'm gonna finish putting some of that back together and get some plug wires ran, and go make sure I got the firing order right. And before we put spark plugs in, I think we'll hopefully crank her over and blow any of the lubrication and everything else that we sprayed inside the cylinders back out. And then, just then, maybe we'll put the plugs in, and oh, we got to do the fuel line still. Don't let me forget that. We don't want to suck up anything in there. Hopefully I have a line somewhere and we don't have to cut this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. If we got to cut it, you can splice it together with a little rubber hose. So I took the fuel line off. That way, when we throw this battery in there and she turns over, yes, she's gonna turn over. When she turns over, no fuel pumps up to there if there is anything in the tank. And just, you know, for a good measure, I like to spray stuff back down the fuel line into the old fuel pump to, you know, rejuvenate on it. It don't hurt nothing. It helps bring them seals back to life. So, something to keep in mind. And, you know, just respray everything on top of the engine 10 or 20 times. Well, let's put a battery in it. Are we ready for a battery? No. I want to see if it'll turn over by the key in the starter. I'm curious. Who came up with side posts? Like, why did they come up with side posts for batteries? That's just ridiculous, ain't it? Do you think it was for when they... Ooh, there's no battery tray left. Do you think it's for if they roll over, it was less of a chance for them to hit the hood and, you know, catch on fire, if you know what I'm trying to say? That's probably what it was. I don't hear no noise, so he must have left the key off. You think it's gonna work? I hope it turns over. I don't have parts for this car. All these terminals are stripped out, and I have to get the vice grips out. That's fine. That's fine. I wonder if did I use vice grips to take them off? Oh, the positive's fine. The negative one though, she's stripped. She's no good, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay. Oh, hold up. Okay. You just watch right there, and let's see if she turns over. Got nothing. Nada. Zip zero. Well, here's what I got. Look at, ready? Watch the bolt gauge. So we must be, oh look, she's got tilt. Well, that's nice. The water gauge moves a little bit, and well, it's telling me we need to fasten our seatbelt before it'll start. But this is pretty jammed up. Ugh. Oh yeah, and the brake pedal's rock hard, so that's fine. That's fine. The windows don't work. No radio. Oh, I'm afraid to turn this. Oh. Okay, that's don't work. You got directions? I think we got some big old short somewhere. So I really don't know what I did. Maybe it wasn't fully in park or didn't think it was, but that shifter cable's completely shot out. It's froze up. So I just put the rod back in and pulled it down as hard as I could, and I played with the key and flicked it about another 10 times, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Well, not vroom, vroom, ready? Turns over for a little bit, but then it like loses connection. But at least we got connection and she's turning over, so that's cool. I'm gonna see, oh look, what the heck's going on up here? Well, we got fuel too. Oh, that's, oh my god, that's so nasty. Well, the fuel pump's working, so that's cool. All right, what's next? What's next? We gotta see if that's spinning right. Get the plugs back in. We'll find top dead center. Well, no, I guess it don't really matter because, well, yeah, we'll find it to make sure the thing's pointed at the right spot on the distributor. It should be somewhere in the back corner here, but just in case, we'll find top dead center and then we'll do the firing order. Stop. Good. Ooh, that gas looks toxic green. Brown, oh, it was gross. All right. Well, one of my nice subscribers sent me in one of these fuel jugs, so I'm not using the old soda bottle no more, so that's pretty cool. And I just filled the old carburetor up until it was pouring out the inlet. So, think she'll fire? I mean, if she has spark, she should fire, right? We're not looking to make her run long, just I want to hear her go ping ping and smoke. We should get an exhaust camera. No, it'll be fine. We just want to hear it puff real quick. Ready? We got juice, it'll go. Okay, well, it don't really sound like it's got spark, but we got to do something about this dang fuel line here that I forgot about again. To be honest with you, it's not coming out super nasty. It freaking stinks, but old gas is usually better than new gas. So I think I'm just gonna hook up this line and hook it back up to the carburetor, and I'll dump 5 gallons of fresh fuel in it, and we will call that brand new. Well, we're gonna cross our fingers and hope that works. And I don't think we got a spark, which is fine. Maybe we just need to, you know, juice the dizzy. All right, I got the fuel line hooked back up. Watch this test light. I think as soon as we start cranking, we'll lose juice right here. So, ready? See? If I hold the key in a certain position, we have it. As soon as I start to move it forward, we lose it. Well, it did stay on when we were cranking, so maybe that's not it. But we gotta tighten our fuel thing up. What the heck's leaking down there now? I put the fuel line back on. Oh, what is that? Where does that go? I don't even have a line for that. Huh. What is the weep hole on top for? Okay. A return line that we don't have? Is it broken? Isn't this one the return line? Why is that one pumping out? Huh. Stay here and watch. Hold up, I gotta get you all in the right spot. Watch right there. Alright, y'all got a new job. Watch that and let me know if it flashes. We need to know if we got fire. That starter don't sound too good. Did it flash? Oh man, that thing's just pouring fuel over there. That's fine. We didn't want to go grass anyways. I mean, I got a jug under there to catch it. So I'll pull it all apart. I'm going to clean it up. I actually harvested another one, but it don't look much better. I do have that brand new Chinese one, which we might use. I'm going to clean all this up. It's still corroded in there, but watch. It's sticking, but it's not up here sticking. It's down. There's little teeth all the way down here. I really don't know what they do, but it keeps getting stuck on there. So I don't know if we can loosen these screws and that moves just slightly, because I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. So I don't know if that's our issue, or if it's just because it's all corroded, or if this thing's bad, or the coil cap's bad. But we're gonna change some things and see if that makes a difference. Did I show you? I know I showed you, but I still can't get over where my intake bolts are. That's fine. We probably don't have to take the intake off or anything. It'll be all right. Are you ready? So I ran that breather line, or whatever it is. It's a little line that comes off the top of the fuel pump. I'm guessing it's a breather of some sort. I ran it into a jug so the fuel stops spraying all over and we don't catch everything on fire. Guess what? We got spark. Well, we had spark 20 minutes ago when I checked before I buttoned everything up. It was really weak, but we had it. So let's cross our fingers and hope she does something. Woo! Got fuel everywhere. That's fine. That ain't nothing to worry about. You just wanna give her all of it right off the bat and cross your fingers. At least that's what we're doing. Maybe, maybe not. I guess the starter said no more. I don't. Woohoo, did you hear it? Come on, girl, hold in, just give us a will it run. The starter, she just don't want to go. Well, we'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna tinker with that. I did absolutely nothing to fix that. We're just gonna try again until it works. That's the plan. She's running. She's ticking a little bit, but she's running. Oh, that's so cool. So I don't think it likes the fuel in the tank. This one's blowing chunks out. Good deal. Heck yeah. How many years? Yeah, 34. Oh, that's cool. Oh, we got oil pressure. Oh, maybe we don't. Either way, she runs. That's freaking awesome. All right, we got to, well, let her cool down because we have no coolant in her at all. Don't worry, she didn't get that hot yet. And let's cut that fuel line and run a clicky-clacky to it. Yeah, okay. Well, look, while you guys are on your bathroom break or whatever, some things have changed, okay? The fuel line is cut, and we have our very own fuel cell with a fuel injection, so that's good. I also disconnected the fuel pump, so hopefully any more fuel that gets sprayed out is just what's left inside the pump. Yeah, check it out. Fuel injection from China. Woo, woo. What else have we done? Well, that's about it. Oh, yes. Look it. I got the water pump on frozen. That was not a lot of fun, but I just beat on it and beat on it and beat on it and kept prying on it until it finally let free. I threw an old nasty belt on that's probably going to blow off and screw some other stuff up, but it was the belt that came from it. It's probably the OG belt, so we got to have some respect for it, you know? It'll be fine is what I'm saying. Just don't look at it. What am I doing now? Oh, the starter's still not doing starter things. It just clicks, which really sucks. I'm going to try to lubricate the shifter and get that shift cable to maybe work a little bit. And then we're going to rehook that all back up. And hopefully we can put this in reverse and drive. I mean, once we get her running and get her so she actually stays running. Right now, I don't think she's taking the fuel the way she should. I'm not sure, but we'll get it. Even though this water is running out as fast as I put it in, maybe it'll get high enough to put a little bit towards the engine. Probably not. We could try. Oh, I hooked up a clicky-clacky to the starter, so hopefully that keeps working. I hit it once and it started to turn over, and I said, yeah, that'll work. I figure if she actually starts and we can keep her running off her own fuel system, then we'll bring her over to the garden hose and we'll put the garden hose right in there and we'll fill it up, and then it won't matter because I can pump more water in than it can leak. All right. Still ain't working up there. Rebuilding, rebuilding, rebuilding. I'm not sure the carburetor's letting it actually take water. I meant the carburetor's actually letting it take fuel. There's a filter in there. Hey, the tick went away, huh? I wonder if she's feeding fuel. Yeah, there's a filter inside the carburetor that I'm not sure if it's letting it take. Heck yeah, take fuel in the carburetor. Well, here's the little filter I was talking about. It don't seem too horrible. So I'm not sure, maybe this thing's just not letting it take fuel. I filled it with fuel up through here. I've sprayed brake clean in it. It probably needs to be taken off and gone through, just like, you know, the rest of this poor girl that sat for 34 years. But hey, it freaking started. How cool is that? That's super freaking cool. All right, I'm gonna put it back together and we're gonna hook up the old clicky clacky again and hope that maybe this thing will take something. I didn't fix any of the vacuum leaks. I was just too excited that it actually started. She runs good. She needs some money put into her. Unfortunately, we didn't drive her off the trailer. Well, that's it this week. I appreciate you all watching. I hope you all enjoyed. We took a car that sat for 34 years and we got it running again. Unfortunately, we did not get to drive it, but she needs a few $1,000s worth of parts to make that happen. If you guys all like the video, please share. Helps the channel grow tremendously. And don't forget to smash that like button. Go check out some of my many other videos. Don't forget, head on over to SquareMaxMerch.com. Get yourself a sweet t-shirt, keychain, stickers. We appreciate all the support.